So, Nimrod in the Tower of Babel, this was actually set up to basically mimic the fallen angels that first fell before the flood, right? And of course, if you ever read anything other than the Bible, you're not going to understand any of this stuff. But if you read some of the books that were in the Old Testament in the past, and then were removed by the Council of Jamnia in AD 90, then you'll know actually why the flood was sent to earth. Was to the offspring of these watchers or fallen angels. Okay, so like the Book of Enoch, Book of Jubilees, Book of Jasher, Genesis Apocryphon, lots of other ones. I mean, even the Sumerian tablets talk about this stuff. The Anunnaki, and the point is that they all point to the same thing. And actually, I think the Sumerian tablets get their stuff from the Book of Noah, which we only have fragments of. I think the Pentateuch, the 5 books of Moses, are actually just a compilation of a lot of ancient works that he took parts of each one. And you can see that, like the Book of Jubilees, like Genesis 6. If you read Genesis 6 and you go compare it to the Book of Jubilees, same section, the Book of Jubilees actually has more verses. It's like Moses just took the Book of Jubilees and just cut out a couple sentences and put it in the Bible. And I think the same is the case with the Book of Noah. The Book of Noah would be literally Noah's book, okay? And then this is where the Sumerian tablets got their ideas from. This is where Moses got his ideas from. He probably had a copy of the Book of Noah. With the Sumerian tablets, we're talking about the Tower of Babel. We're talking about Babylon, okay? So obviously they're already corrupt, because the Tower of Babel was built by those who were influenced by the Watchers. In other words, the fallen angels from the bottomless pit. Okay? So they were locked up in there. It says in Scripture they were locked up in there. Okay, here we go. Jude 1:6, right? It says here, "And the angels which kept not their first estate," their first habitation, where they lived originally, "but left their own habitation, he has reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto the judgment of that great day." The Book of Enoch tells us that 200 angels came down on Mount Hermon, made a pact, and decided that they were going to live with women and have offspring. That's what you see in Genesis 6. The sons of God made it with the daughters of men. And from there we had giants. They had giant offspring. Okay, and the giant offspring were basically why the flood came. The flood was to kill off the genetic aberration. These half fallen angel, half human hybrids. Before the flood, these giants were basically ravaging the earth. The humans at first were trying to feed them, and then when they didn't get enough food, they started eating humans. Okay, and they were basically off the humans. They were also interbreeding with humans, and the whole idea was in Genesis. It says the whole world became corrupt genetically, and the Book of Jubilees says they even did some sort of genetic modification with animals as well. Maybe mating with them or doing genetic experiments. I don't know. Whatever they did, they were able to change animals as well. And that's why there was a flood sent to actually save animal and humankind, their original design, from being completely corrupted by these aberrations, these genetic aberrations. Which, the reason why the devil or Lucifer, the fallen angels, there's actually 5 Satans according to the Secrets of Enoch, or Second Enoch. The reason why they did this is because they were going against Genesis 3. Let me show you. The judgment of God for the serpent, and basically he would go on his belly the rest of his life. And it says here, "And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, between thy seed," the serpent's seed or offspring, "and her seed," human offspring. "And it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel." And you can see in Genesis 6 where the sons of God, which are actually fallen angels, or angels. The term sons of God always refers to angels. Sons of God, here we go, 2nd verse. "That the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives, all that which they chose." So here you got an idea of what's going on, okay? And this is why there was a flood. The flood wasn't because of humankind being wicked. It was actually, for the most part, because of these fallen angel offspring, the seed of the serpent. And, what's interesting is the devil, or the Lucifer, is the god of this world. Okay, so he's in control of what's going on behind the scenes in this world. And with that being said, he's the false god of wisdom. This Thoth is where these paradigms come from, like heliocentrism, like evolution, all these things. Actually, before Darwin, there was a couple guys that had seances and stuff that came up with the theory of evolution. It wasn't from doing scientific experiments that the theory of evolution came forth. And you know how they call themselves as if they're of the age of reason. This also relates to the God Thoth as well. Okay, because that's what he means, wisdom, reasons, you know. And it says in Scripture that to the wise and learned is foolishness, right? But see, God takes the foolishness of the world to confound the wise.